It's unrealistic to predict a tsunami. However, the process of making the public aware of its risks will help prepare citizens for the onslaught of potential hazards. This is currently the main focus of the new Caribbean Disaster Emergency Management Agency, CDEMA, which has transitioned from the Caribbean Disaster Emergency Response Agency, CDEMA.
And it reflects a larger recognition by the regional community that we need to be more proactive. We need to connect the risks that we face to the things that we do.
In keeping with the principles and practices of comprehensive disaster management, CDEMA hosted a public awareness workshop on tsunamis and other coastal hazards to review and enhance the draft public awareness and education materials on such natural disasters. Presentations at the two-day workshop ranged from the draft Tsunami Smart logo, sign and pamphlet, and the draft Tsunami and other coastal hazards press kit to earthquake readiness and capacity building.
So what we have now is an additional to the technical information for the warning. We are now having information for communities, for teachers, for the media that will allow appropriate information to be given by yourselves if something happened, by the community leaders to get the people out of the way of harm, and by the teachers in terms of informing the students, etc.
The system of public warning constitutes identifying, detecting and performing a risk assessment of the hazard, identifying the segment of the population at risk, and communicating with the vulnerable population about the threat in sufficient time and clarity so that citizens can take action to minimize the negative consequences.
We're going to focus initially on preparing materials for what we consider to be most vulnerable groups, which is coastal communities. So we're talking about coastal communities, coastal businesses, people who use the coastline, tourists and people like that.
CDEMA hopes to increase awareness of the Tsunami Smart brand and concept among regional participants in an effort to provide citizens with the knowledge required to act if a hazard occurs.